It's not about liking it. Get to the inside of what it feels like when resistance comes, or acceptance, and what the difference is in the quality of each. How one feels different from the other. Learn about this. How the point of non-resistance isn't about whether you are glad a thing happened, or whether you would prefer that it were otherwise. It seems that way, that acceptance is inherently related to agreeing with, and resistance is somehow justified if a thing is deemed bad. But those connections are the very sources of the pain a person feels. They are the problem. And it isn't about being a doormat or about not trying to bring about change. It's about allowing the fact of a thing. And then maybe you go on from there to say, okay, what's next? What could I do from here? When here is the peaceful state that has come from acceptance of a thing, whatever comes next is likely to go even better, to be informed with greater clarity, to be more peaceful feeling so that it takes less of a toll. And the result is that any action taken to improve things is more likely to have the desired outcome. And you aren't compounding your own suffering by being negative about an already negative thing. Allowed doesn't mean agreed with. It means seen, without rushing to oppose, judge, deny, or tell a story about. But if the starting place is, instead of acceptance, a tight refusal to allow the fact of a thing, the fact that some unwelcome development is indeed the case, for the moment anyhow, then there is a recklessness and misdirected energy, and the costs along the way accrue. When resistance flares, when anger and frustration and judgment are the fuel of some corrective action, often as much harm is done as good. Acceptance can profitably be brought about to an event that has taken place in one's immediate life circumstances, or in the larger world, or it can be brought to some internal thing, a body sensation, or an emotion, or a thought. A mood, a state of mind. It's all the same. The experience of allowing, of not contracting against it, is the same, regardless of what is being allowed, and regardless of where the thing is located. Past, present, body, mind, environment. Allowed doesn't mean agreed with. It means seen, without rushing to oppose, judge, deny, or tell a story about. A flood of peacefulness comes when resistance is seen and allowed to let go of itself. The eyes rolling up in the skull, the muttering, the name-calling, the damn I should have known, should have been more careful, shouldn't have done that, oh no, it can't be. What now? What a mess. Approaching the light and it turns yellow, speeding up to get through it, and the uh-oh, there's an officer, hard on the brakes. Soft. Go soft now. It is possible to stop hard on the brakes and soft inside. Not to say damn or whew, wasn't that lucky. Didn't make it through the light. It's just a fact. No need to go, now I'm gonna be late. Skip it. Now maybe it's true, but cursing about it won't make it untrue. A flood of peacefulness simply by accepting what is. It isn't about trivialities. It's the same with something big, something that has material effect on a life. You find out you've got cancer, so you let it in. Let it bite as it will, as it must. Okay, here it is. This is where I am. Now soft. Soft. A flood of peacefulness around that hard fact. How strange that is. But it is so. It doesn't mean that you wouldn't rather not have cancer, or that you won't do what you can to get better. Acceptance isn't about that. It's just allowing the truth to be fully what it is, and allowing the peace that comes with the allowing. Then going on from there and seeing what's next, trying to do something to help the situation. Resistance comes up, of course, mostly when something challenging or unpleasant, perhaps irritating or painful, comes down the pike, but really, there's an even-handedness that can come into being even when a thing is felt to be good. What is it to be even-handed? To greet everything with this equanimity. Not to get ecstatic when things go really well? What about that? Well, this isn't about being a killjoy. A person can discover how much the feeling good moments of life take their sustenance from things in life going well. And that turns out to be as much a part of the problem as thinking that we can't be peaceful in the presence of things going badly. It's not that all the gladness has drained out of life, it's that the gladness has been discovered to have its perpetually renewable resource within pure awareness, not in things going well. That elemental gladness isn't subject to anything at all. So things can go really well in life, and you might feel great, but not because things are going well. And things can fall apart all around you, and you can still feel, strangely, pretty good. The feeling good is far away from what's gone wrong. Or rather, what's gone wrong is like a noise out in the distance. It's not that it isn't real. It's that it's not as real as the inside part of you. The thing about calmly accepting whatever comes along, and the flood of peacefulness that it brings, whether the accepted thing feels like something bad or something great, is that you get more and more in touch with this awareness in you. Once that's happened, you're in good shape, no matter what comes down the pike.